The following is a World Invitational Sim Racing production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cool Down Lap, the official podcast of the World Invitational Sim Racing. And your hosts for the Cool Down Lap, WISR Admin Season 5 Vintage Trans Am Champion Mike Twitty, CCR Russ Wheeler. Alongside him is WISR Admin and one of the most consistent drivers on the grid, Mike Smith, CCR Rowdy Burns. And rounding out our panel, WISR Admin, the cool, the calm, and the collected, always a threat, Joel Jones, CCR Sinister. So whether you're coming off a race, getting ready for the next one, or just here for the conversation, sit back, settle in. This is the Cool Down Lap.
Our group's a lot different. Gran Turismo needs to have a career mode. Dude, WISR is a career mode. WISR is a career mode. Mike, I'm sorry to call you out, bro, but you are a prime example. Havoc, prime example. I can remember when those guys came in and they were absolutely struggling. Dale, even. Dale, depending on the class of car, Dale can be a contender every week. Just about everybody in our regular season, grids, are competitors, are top competitors, and can win. But if you guys are looking for something that you can get in, start to make a name for yourself, the Wednesday night stuff is phenomenal. Gets your feet wet, but very rarely do we ever have anybody that comes into this group and just dominates. It hasn't happened in an extremely long time. So if you're looking for something to kind of, have your own career mode, WISR's the place. Come in. Obviously, the first couple of races, there's going to be a learning curve. But then slowly but surely, work your way up the WISR leaderboards, and you can become a Mike. You can become a Havoc. You can become a Dale and a Ross, and just so many of the other guys that may have came in a little shaky, but after running with us for a while, are now really good top contenders.
I came in the VTA the first couple seasons and kind of took over. It was just the way it worked out. Figured out the cars pretty quickly, and Napier was another one that he came in and he was hard to beat, but he also he struggled. I struggled. I've had seasons that I struggled.
Well, when they changed that the way that the cars worked and how you get different recoil and off the springs and how all of that, when they changed all that, I think it was third race VTA season 3, and our Camaro went from being that 69Z went from being one of the most dominant cars on the track to a total turd.
In one race.
We were at All States Village, dude. I got lapped by Turkey and I think Otaku got me. They were both Otaku was running the Super B, and I got lapped by that Super B. I usually run down. I could usually run down Otaku, and our cars went straight to junk, and we had a bad season that year.
Season before that, everybody hated that Snickers car. Everybody hated that.
Would you have 16 feature wins thing, man? The winter stickers ran down the roof and down the C core, the C panel in the car.
And it wasn't, part of it was that, the skill level. But look at the skill level of everybody else now.
Yep.
It is just became better. And I think racing with people that are faster than you, if you are a competitor and you'll get faster. You get to a point where, Rowdy's gotten to the point where he's outran his rig. He knows
by 2 miles.
And it showed when you were on this.
Mm-hmm. Full second difference, if not more, on that force feedback on the direct drive wheel as compared to a G29.
And
Now,
Sinister
Joel, on the
don't
other
want to
hand,
say it, but he's gotten faster with it too. He's got more consistent, but he's also got faster.
well,
Overall lap
consistency will
times, he's
build
gotten
speed.
faster. I mean,
Yeah,
you are consistent, but you were consistent before. You're more consistent, but you also gain time. You're faster.
Well, it's you know, in order to be fast in our group and to be a competitor, it takes time. There is no replacement for seat time. Um, and if anybody out there happens to be, wanting to grow their driver skill in a environment that is conducive to it, we don't put up with, guys coming in like heat-seeking missiles. Um, we don't put up with people, driving around backwards trying to get into the pits. Um, we just we don't play that stuff. What we do is extremely competitive. Um, this is, despite what some people, claim as far as a game, quote unquote, this is the only sport that virtually transitions over into real world, uh, activities, 100%. So a lot of us guys that didn't have the chance to do the stuff in real life, now this is our opportunity, and we take it very seriously. That's
and
not to
this is the
say that we can't have a good time and cut up while we do it, but the competitiveness of our league, especially, I firmly believe is absolutely top notch, and ran in a manner conducive to that.
Yeah,
twen-
I don't think that. I mean, we don't put up with anything that they wouldn't put up with on a regular track. We try to run
well,
it
and
that way.
that was part of the big appeal to what when you asked us to come on board as admins, um, just from us talking, and you found out what our real world experience was. 25 years in the pits, spent a lifetime doing it, and for a lot of guys, like you said, those that didn't get the opportunity, this is the backside for me. This is, I did it for 25 years, and played controller forever, and then you know what? Let's get another wheel. I mean, in what was it, 98? I think I had DTR. I think that was when Dirt Track Racing came out. IMCA Dirt Track Racing DTR on the PC. I had that old 4.3 gig e-machine and a Microsoft Sidewinder, dude. And I literally broke a desk ripping that wheel off that. But that was learning my first foray into e-racing, simulator racing, and stuff. But I was still doing the full-time stuff. I mean, I was at the track at that time. I was announcing 3 nights a week. I had hung up the wrenches and moved into the booth and spent the next 6 years with a microphone talking about racing to 5, 6, 7, 10,000 people a night, and 3 nights a week. And but as you asking us to come on and bringing, because that's part of what we brought. I feel that we brought to it was, look, we know I played that gray area for 22 years. Okay, these are your rules. This is what I'm going to find that is not mentioned in a rule, because the guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that other league that we've been talking to a little bit, and they posted up that Camaro Mustang thing. His words in the rules were, do not touch the transmission. You can touch the differential, but not the transmission. You know where my mind went? Straight to that final drive gear in the transmission, right? because the final drive is not in the transmission. That's in the differential. And I was damn sure going to play with that. Because why? Because he said I could touch the transmission, couldn't touch the tranny, but I could touch the drivetrain. So that was getting adjusted in my car. But that's being a crew chief. But going to the rules side of it, that's the point I was trying to make there was, we've brought in rules and make rules in this league that are designed to be real world atmosphere. The rules that are brought up, are about what you can and can't do to the car, what the chassis have to be, what the weight, what our engine displacements are, maximum horsepowers. Those are things that you're going to deal with, whether you're an ARCA, Cup, Truck Series, your local dirt track. If you're running, Scott Bloomquist lost the World 100 because his car was 20 pounds light.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weight matters. And those are rules that we play by, and understanding and I'm hoping that that's what a lot of the guys that are out there that are making that complaint online are looking for. If that's what they want, this is where they need to come and race. Because we're sticklers about it.
The other thing everybody complains about online racing is just how dirty the drivers are. That's the number one complaint. And
no
we don't
consequences.
have that. We don't have that in our league because we don't put up with it. We won't put up with it. And you don't have to be on the top of the line rigs. I mean, the first season, 2 seasons of VTA, the first season I ran it on a controller with an automatic. I didn't even have a rig.
Yes, you did. Didn't have not,
and I won the championship with a controller. Now, I'm way faster with the wheel.
Couldn't do it today.
Couldn't do it today. I mean, but Turkey's been on a controller, and
Turkey bought a TS300.
Yeah,
he owns a TS300 that's laying in the closet because he was just not getting it, and went back to the controller and whipped my ass tonight in a hands down, pretty much an IROC race because the cars are exactly identical, and blasted me by 10 seconds in 30 minutes of racing. Had me by a 10-second gap on a controller, and nothing I could do to run him down. Nothing.
So you don't have to have a Fanatec, the top of the line. Some of our guys do. Some of our guys have the Logitechs. Me and Joel, we were on the Mosas. I got Joel over on being a Team Mosa, and
but he was on a G29 forever.
Yeah, that's what
fast. Yeah.
And and then Ducks on the PXN. I mean, we have every kind of wheel out there in our group. And just because you're on a wheel don't make you fast.
No,
it does not.
It doesn't. And me personally, I don't care whether you're fast or not. I don't care, as long as you're a clean driver and can adhere to the rules. I don't think there's anybody in our group that would not extend the hand to help if they were asked. So, if you're new and you're not quite sure on tuning, when we get into a series where we do a lot of tuning, don't be afraid to ask. Is everybody going to tell you everything? No, we all keep our own little speed secrets.
Yep.
Right.
I said I'll help you.
There's
I ain't going to give it to you. I ain't going to give it to you, but I'll help you.
We want you to be competitive.
Yeah.
I'd rather see a 1st to 10th place, 0.7 of a second gap, 1st to 10th every week. I'd love to see that. Or 1st to 16th in a 7 or 8/10 of a second gap. Can you imagine those races? What that would be like? We're not at that position right now. There's guys that end up a couple laps down. But to get everybody in to be that competitive door to door, I would love to see it. I wish I was faster. I mean, when we first started the league, I was the top 5-ish, 3rd, 5th. I mean, there was a couple opportunities I had, and I threw away 2 wins in the league, in the XGT series in our ZL1 Camaros. But because I'll never forget them, because I lost both of them to you, Joel. And it's you can do it. Depends on the car. I was just thinking that while we were talking, man. Bring that XGT series back because I want to see where I'm at now with where everybody has gone.
That was a fun series
because I loved it. Loved it.
It was a fun series.
I love that car.
And just this started actually the two people that I started this with this league are no longer even a part of it. It was me and my brother-in-law Dale. Y'all probably remember Dale from maybe one of the first or two series, Delberto. Um,
Yeah.
well, he had some health issues and um, had to step away and deal with his health issues. And then my neighbor, actually directly across the street from me, his I don't remember what his screen name was, uh, but he didn't make but just a handful of races. But from starting this as kind of just a grassroots kind of thing to what it is now, one of the things that I actually enjoy the most is the driver development. And seeing guys progress. And, I know we've already touched on it. I've touched on it 3 or 4 times now, the career mode kind of feel, but it gives me personally a lot of pride in what we do to see drivers, excelling outside of our group when they can go into daily races, and because of what they've been able to learn and how we, conduct ourselves. A lot of that stuff will transfer over into your daily races. Driving people close, knowing when to make passes, when to push, um, and getting to see those guys, climb their driver rankings.
Yeah,
So,
and look at manufacturers cups, nation cups, and seeing how they're doing in those, and see them go from a D driver to a B driver,
yep,
you know, and working up towards that A. You know, A is it's a hard place to get to, and I'm fortunate that I've been an A on all three of my profiles I have, but I put the time in. I put a lot of time in. We joke about hours on this game. I have three profiles and I have thousands of hours.
yeah,
I
I'm
was just gonna say my old
1,700,
my old
1,700 hours on my profile. So, of course, that's not near as much as what you guys do, but I still
Well,
yeah
there
my
for a while, and that's with the work I do, over the winter, I didn't work that much. So I spent a lot of time and I used to get on this rig every night for 3, 4, 5 hours a night. Every night. Um, I've gotten to the point now where I don't feel I have to do that. I know the tracks, I know the cars well. I get out, I don't really have to do as much practicing as I used to do. Um, just because I'm at that spot where I feel like I don't have to. Probably should because it does make a difference.
it
I
does.
mean,
It makes a
we
big
talk
difference.
about we talk about
huge
real world.
difference. Season 4 proves that.
Well,
I
we talk
I
about real
sucked
world.
so bad. And speaking of real world stuff, it's how many other leagues out here give out trophies to their participants?
Well, and that's just one.
You
I
get
got
$5
one up
million.
there, and I got one
You get a
here.
$5 million for racing the actual Gran Turismo stuff. You win you get a little pat on the back and 5 million credits for winning all 4 categories in your GT
I think that's bullshit.
Manufacturers Cup. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, I did that once. I do have that last season, February. Thank you.
and
I had to hire a driver to put in my Volkswagen, but
he just happened to
I,
be around.
I just happened to be in
Absolutely.
the right place and put a
But
put a
but
put a driver in my beat up.
but yeah, I mean that's the Wednesday night I think is good for everybody just kind of get their feet wet, even if you don't want to run a league. Run there. It's clean racing. That's what's fun about it. It's get you at least understanding how our league runs and how
And you
clean
don't
we.
and you don't get to spend. Nobody's got 45 hours in their car, and you got 15 minutes.
Right.
That's the other thing. It's not like somebody's got like when you go online to reach these guys. Oh, we're gonna do a 361 pp race. Yeah, why is it 361 pp? Because they built a car and have spent 400 hours racing that one vehicle on that track and have it so down they could drive it in their sleep. With this, you don't know the PP, you don't know the car, you don't know the track until 40 minutes. And we got to talking about this earlier too.
We might
thought about
move
this.
that, Joel.
Move the spin time up till like 20 minutes or quarter till
15 minutes before you get the track and 10 minutes before you get the car.
Yeah, because the lobby
That
opens at
Ernest
7
passed.
and we dropped the qualifying rag at 7:30. So they get
7:10.
50 minutes.
Yeah.
7:10 we start qualifying.
Yeah.
So that'd take it to a 10-minute practice session. 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying. There's your 20 minutes of track time before